Hey guys and girls, I want to apologize. My phone actually just died, so that's why I got cut off. I didn't mean to just cut off abruptly. I will let you guys know when I have to end it. So I'm gonna just wait here, and again, we're gonna be going and continuing on with the questions. Overall, again, like I've said before, formats. The format is pretty amazing at this point in time. So I'm just gonna give you guys a chance to get right back in, and we'll resume where we left off. And you can start commenting so that I know that you guys are there. That I should be able to see. Hey, how's it going? What's up? Yeah, unfortunately the live stream actually got cut off because my phone died, so I do apologize for that. But you can definitely start asking questions, and we're gonna restart it up. So I'm giving some time for more people to get right back in, and right now you can start it off. So if you have any question, ask away, go for it. Right now this format is, like I said before, it's very interesting because multiple decks can win, and multiple decks are very viable, and that's what makes this game it puts this game in a good situation overall, at least for the format. Hey guys, what's up? It's good to have you guys back in. Right now, my phone died, so like I was explaining before. So right now we're gonna jump right in, so you can continue asking questions. What's up, Shane? How's it going? So we can resume back to where we left off, and get it rolling, because right now the VA regional is coming up this weekend. I hope to see a lot of you guys there. I'm gonna be going over there, bringing my A game. And we're gonna really see how this is gonna turn out, because like I told you before, Mecha Frieza is a very dominant deck, but at this point there are decks that can beat it. And unfortunate for Cell, chain decks, they're not as viable as they used to be before, because a lot of players didn't know how to play against them. All right, Kenneth, we will start off with you. Definitely want to win a regional with a non-meta cooler. Who do you recommend? Who do you think and recommend can be those leaders? Want to win a regional with a non-meta leader. Okay, so non-meta leader. The leaders that you can use to win right now in the moment, Chill is very viable. And the reason why I say Chill is very viable is because Chill is very good against Mecha Frieza. It can put a lot of pressure if you can get those tokens to work. If you're playing the 5-drop Chilled, he can allow you to combo and utilize those tokens very effectively. Chill is constantly an aggro leader. He's constantly attacking and gaining a token, which is very good and strong for this format. So when you're using leaders that can constantly put pressure, those are the leaders that you want to turn to. Another non-meta leader is Champa. Like I said before, he hasn't been played with, and it's unfortunate because Champa is easily one of the most pressure-based leaders out in this game. And all he takes is just having a 15k attacker, so you could build the deck in multiple ways. There's no restrictions in how you build that deck. The best leaders in this game right now, even the ones that are not meta, are the leaders that don't require you to build it in a specific way. So like androids, for a good example, androids benefit if you run an androids in your deck. If you're running 18 or 17 and you're not running them in your deck, it's not going to be effective, So those are the leaders that they only really work in a specific way. They're not too flexible because you can run a bunch of other cards that support them, but overall you have to run 17 and 18 in your deck. If you're not, then you're not playing the game right, because that leader it only has an effect based off of that. If not, it's just literally a generic green leader that can't even hit good numbers all the time unless you have 4 or less life. Moving forward, cards like Cell doesn't require anything. So you could build a Cell deck with the Cell chain or any way that you want, which that's what you want to do. Same goes for Vegeta, Starter Goku, all these other leaders. They're very versatile. Versatile leaders are what allows you to break the format, which allows you to break the game overall. And that's why we have overpowered decks, because, you know, it's just the leader supports any route you want to make. Any decision you want to make, it supports it. So those are the type of leaders you want to play, and there's a lot of non-meta leaders that fit that category. Moving forward, not to be rude, but how does your job allow you to be on the phone doing this for so long? I wish. Well, Demon Snow King, basically my job requires me to be present. So like right now I'm with you guys and I'm also doing my job. I'm present here. So every now and then, you know, you'll see me having to excuse, you know, I'll apologize for some delays. But there are times that I have to leave and, you know, take care of a few job objectives. But overall, it's just me buzzing people in and out of the building and directing. As you kind of saw in the previous video, you saw me taking a break here and there, and I had to like direct some of the workers because there's construction going on in the building and there's other things going on. But I hope that answers your question. Moving forward, we are repping NY. Of course we are, Shane. You know, we gotta rep NY. You know, NY is one of the states that promotes card gaming in general. You know, Yu-Gi, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. I mean, I can name a long list, and this state really, you know, it's pretty strong in the card shop department. Locals are good here. That's why we should have some of the best players, if not the best players, because we can constantly join up together as a family. Like when I go to my card shops, everyone knows me. I know everyone for the most part, unless it's someone new to the scene, and we're welcoming because, you know, you see someone new, you wanna get them up to speed. You know, put them up to speed with what's going on, especially if they're playing a card game that you like, you know, like Dragon Ball Super. Anytime I see someone trying to get involved in the game, I do my best to really, you know, teach them about it so that they can be more interested and want to play. Recently, I met someone on the train. I was actually having a Dragon Ball Super discussion with the card game, and I actually got someone new involved, you know, off the train. Someone literally was like, hey, you sound knowledgeable. You sound like you know what you're talking about. And I was like, yeah, you know, I know a thing or two about this game, you know, so it's cool, you know. New York is very good for getting people involved in activities overall, and that's one of the most important things you can do when it comes down to NY, for that matter. Hi, how's it going? Okay, so Broly Golden Frieza. What is the question? Lack beats? Golden Frieza is good, and Broly's good. Right now in this format, they're both very viable leaders. So whatever question you have for them, if you're trying to tell me the pick between one or the other, I would probably say that I'm more fond of Broly. And Golden Frieza is definitely good. He made second place. He made the cut recently. So definitely something that you want to look into. Moving forward, can you describe the updated Champa deck you have now? Yeah, I mean, I could talk a little about it, but I'm not going to stay too long. I run a God-based deck for my Champa deck. So what that means is I'm running cards like Owasu, the little one drop that he costs 1 blue. His effect is when he's put into play, he reveals, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can select a god. So in the characteristic box, it has to be a god. You can put that card into your hand and then put the rest of the cards back into your deck and shuffle it. You must reveal the selected card though. So anytime you search for a card or you have a card that says reveal or whatever, you always have to show that to your opponent. Now if the card says draw 1 card, you don't have to reveal. That's actually a question that's been going on right now with the Trunks card. They were talking about the overwhelm cards. Basically, Trunks, when he's put into play, you look at the top 2 and you select one of them and add it to your hand if he's placed in due to that skill. So when you do that, you don't have to reveal. It's any card. Anytime it's any card, you don't have to reveal. Now, if it's a specific card, you must reveal because it's public knowledge and your opponent needs to know what you're adding to your hand. If a card says search for Goku, you can, you know, play it and then be like, I'm searching for Goku and don't show it. How do I know you search for Goku? You get what I'm saying? So the game has to be kept fair, put it that way. That's why they have rules like that. Let's moving forward. Okay, so like I said, my deck plays in a God variant. I run SS3, the promo Goku for Champa. Champa is very powerful. He allows you to play unawakened. I don't run any cards that self-awaken other than Kaba in the deck, because the deck is very powerful when it's not awakened. In fact, I'd rather not be awakened. Believe it or not, I'd rather not be awakened when I'm playing with Champa. If you don't awaken me, I'm gonna definitely have a huge advantage over you. And that's because I'm gonna continually draw cards and you can't stop me from drawing cards. And my leader, when it's awakened, it does that. And if I can hit you in my leader and still draw cards, I'm basically playing with an awakened leader. You just don't know it. And I just have a bunch of life left. So when you play against Champa, like I said previously, you don't want them to be at high life. That's the thing you don't want. And that's why Champa is so good in this format, because a lot of players don't know how to play against it. And I'm telling you how to play against it, but not many people know that. Only you guys that are watching would know that. And the ones that actually study leaders and actually do kind of their own research, they'll figure it out. Yeah, this leader is not one of the leaders you want to keep unawakened, because he can continually net you advantage. It is what it is, especially when you're playing cards like SS3 Goku from set 1 promotional pack. Moving forward, what do I think of set 1 Gohan leader? This is from Zuhair. Seems pretty good versus self-awakening meta like Mecha Frieza. Okay, so the problem I have right now with Gohan, he's great. I granted he's a great set 1 leader, one of the best, honestly. Weirdly, he's not that great in the set 1 format. I believe he's better right now in set 2. The problem I have with them is that he doesn't hit numbers, and there's no way for him to hit a number. And when I say hit numbers, it's being able to touch an awakened leader. Most awakened leaders are 15K. Very few are 10K or less. I mean, very few are like less than 15K. And the only ones that are not even meta besides the androids. And androids, they hit 15K at all times once they hit 4 or less life. So I can't consider that when they're one of the best decks out there. But assuming that you're playing against like a chill deck, yes. You know, you could pretty much run Gohan. Gohan would steamroll a chill deck. Chill deck would constantly be, the only problem is that a chill deck would be aggro. So if the opponent plays passive, a Gohan deck will steamroll them. If they play aggressive, Gohan will just awaken like any other normal leader, because you're not going to have more life than them, considering that they can attack you with a bunch of tokens every turn. So, it's not in your best interest to stay unawakened. You're going to get awakened eventually if they're rushing you. But I think he's very good. That is my answer. He's definitely very good. You just have to realize that, again, you're in a situation where you don't hit numbers. And if you don't run results of training or run enough self-awakened cards, self-inflicting damage cards, then you're going to be in a tough spot, because your battle cards are going to be the target for your opponent. Your opponent never has to swing out at your leader if you have battle cards that you're attacking them with. So that's one thing you got to realize when you're playing against that matchup. Just realize that you need to play enough self-awakening cards in that Gohan deck in order to make it viable. Is it strong? Absolutely, but you eventually need to awaken. That's basically my answer for you. How about blue-green Goku Black? Blue-green Goku Black can work. Actually, some people already played it. They play the 7-drop Gohan as the finisher. The 7-drop that says your opponent's 3 or less cards in the combos during the combo area, they're pretty much useless. They get discarded after you apply their effect. That's very strong. It literally says, I win the game if you can't stop this. They can't Cold Bloodlust you, or if their hand is not stacked with a bunch of high-cost cards, they pretty much lose if they're already awakened and at 4 or less life. Yeah, you got game. So it's a very strong, viable deck. You just have to play that Gohan. You got to play cards that are heavy hitters. You can even play Beerus, the 7-drop Beerus. A lot of players kind of deviated. I don't know why. 7-drop Beerus is a threat. You do realize a card that says discard 2 cards from your hand when I attack you. When I attack you, you just got to drop 2. It doesn't matter if I hit you or not. If I hit you, great. If I don't hit you, cool. You just wasted 2 cards plus the additional cards it's going to take to guard. So keep that in mind. It's very strong. Very, 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 very strong. And that's something to look out for, Just giving you guys some hints. Moving forward. I want to know your thoughts on Xeno versus Trunks. He's amazing. He's amazing. I already spoke about him. He's freaking great. This guy, he literally says, hey, I pay 3 for free, you know, remove 3 cards from my discard pile from game, put it into my warp zone, and I get to come into play and look at the top 2 cards of my deck. Great. And then I select one, add it to hand, and the other one goes to the top or bottom. That's amazing. When you could do stuff like that, guys, any filter card game, that's why Majin Buu is such an amazing card. Cards like that, they do too much. And Trunks does even more than a Majin Buu. And the sad thing is, he's a 15K. He hits numbers, and he's free when you play him correctly. You know, so a free Majin Buu that's better than Majin Buu. Basically, a card that's better than Majin Buu that's free, that can actually hit your opponent's leader. He ain't no little 5K weenie. He's a 15K. It doesn't matter if he stays on the field or not, because he gets to help push your shit in and get resources to help complete winning, you know, doing so, or help you play a safer game and still, you know, maintain that game state in your favor. Moving forward. Damn, I had to walk away. The Emperor is back. What is up, Super Critical Frieza? Oscar, what is up, bro? I'm glad to see you here. Glad to see you that you joined in. Does 6-drop Bobbity still get his auto if bloodlusted? No, he does not. Unfortunately, autos on battle cards such as that, if they get negated when they're put into play, they do not have no effect. Such as Vegeta, Princess Speed, when he's put into play, if you meet the requirements, you draw 2 cards. You get bloodlusted, you draw nothing. Same with Gotenks, the 5-drop green drop, the 5 green drop. He says, you know, when he's put into play, you can restand. He costs 5, you restand 2 of your energy and draw 1 card. If you get bloodlusted, you're stuck. So try not to tap out on 5 or you will get scooped up. You know, that's something you got to realize. You got to be careful. Odeon Ishtar, what's up, bro? What is up? What are you playing for VA? Don't front. I'm playing my cell deck, boy. My cell deck is broken. I can't really say much. You know, I have one bad matchup, but if I don't encounter my bad matchup, I'm going to be scooping people left to right. Because right now the format is not ready for my deck. You know? What is your goal? My goal, Oscar. My goal is to be the best I ever was. My goal is to, you know, keep the channel growing and, you know, keep getting better at the game, you know, help other players get better at the game so I can actually have competition. No offense to some of my local guys. You know, they all know me. They all know that I, you know, they know how I feel about my section. I feel like Florida actually has some of the strongest players. If not the strongest players. I'm not gonna lie. Florida, I believe, has the strongest players in the game overall. Not the best players in the game, but the strongest overall players. I feel like the average players over there are better than the average players in most states right now. And I'm keeping it 100 because they have a lot of teams and a lot of people are more dedicated. When you have dedication in anything in life, but especially when it comes to card games, since right now that's what we're talking about, you can get so much better quickly. See, a lot of people, even though we have a lot of card shops here in New York, a lot of people always are like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I got my girlfriend. Oh, I got this, I got that. They got like obligations, and you're taking away from your potential in the game. You know, and if you treat this game just like a game and you don't give much importance to it, you won't get that good unless you're naturally talented in card games. You won't. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. So if you're like every other person, you gotta practice. I mean, I spend a lot of time on this game. Just because it's a game, I treat it seriously. I treat it like it's like a job, you know? And since I treat it that way, I can perform very well because I treat it seriously. And that's one thing, that's one advice I can give you guys. If you wanna get really good at this game, devote 2 to 3 hours a day on it. You know, it doesn't have to be every day, but devote it, you know, 3 to 4 times a week. Devote that amount of time, if not more. You know, if you only are free, like let's say you're free for only 2 or 3 days out of the week because you really have a hectic schedule and you're a family man, you got a girlfriend, you got a wife, you got kids, you know, then the days that you are off, spend the day, literally. Like I have a guy, I'm not gonna give out his name, but he's a locals. He only has 2 weeks free to himself, 2 days out of the week free. So what he does is, I told him, he has to spend like 6 to 8 hours. Literally, that's your job. That's your job for the day. Go to locals, spend the time at locals, after locals, play test, before locals, play test. You know, utilize your time, you know, in a smart manner. But moving forward from Oscar's question, but Gohan can use Tien. That shit is lit. That shit is lit, but you gotta realize that Gohan's effect is what? When you have more life than your opponent, you can draw a card. So if you're using Tien with Gohan, yeah, Gohan is a vanilla leader that just says draw a card and explode the board when you have 6 or more energy. That ain't too hot. The explode the board part is very good. Thumbs up on that. That shit is powerful. Actually, more players should be utilizing Gohan in that fashion. He's the only leader that can legit board wipe. Your opponent gets crazy on you, blow up the board. Your opponent drops several tokens on the board, blow up the board. Get what I'm saying? That's the one leader that can do that, and that's why when you guys spoke about, asked me questions about underrated leaders, he's definitely one of them. Gohan is an underrated leader from set 1. That's the only leader that can do that type of damage. So just keep that in mind. Moving forward, super critical Frieza. Honestly, meta cooler leader with ability of Frieza clan with cooler blood of the tyrant who pulls Frieza clan from drop area. Muhaha 6 drop. 6 drop blocker Frieza. Yeah, I mean that's pretty good. It's good. You know, it's definitely good, man. And thanks, bro. You know, I'm just being legit. You know, being honest. Noob. Hey, how's it going? Great. All right. Noob, what characters from anime do you want to see as a leader? Okay, so I definitely want to see. I want to see more of the main stars as leaders, because there's a lot of main stars in Dragon Ball. I want to see a Whis leader. I want to see. I definitely want to see another Vados. I feel like we really got, you know, we got shitted on. You know, Vados didn't get no justice, and Vados is a great character, and she should be up there with the other leaders. Unfortunately, the design for her, they had a nice idea, they just didn't know how to implement it in a fashion that would actually be competitive. You know, she didn't have to be super tier. She could have been like a tier 2 leader effect, but actually have potential to do damage. She's a little too weak, and that's her problem. Even running like SS3 Goku in the deck isn't enough to make her good enough. So exactly, you know. Yep, Odeon, you already know, bro. You already know. Yo, Florida lit. Move here, punk boy. Florida is lit, you know. Florida is, like I said, it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, y'all have a lot of good players. I'm not gonna front. Yeah, up there. Do you guys have the best players? Not quite though. I'm keeping it 100. But you guys have most of the like the good players of the game. You guys have most of them, and it is what it is. Moving forward, people using Trunks leader with the people using Trunks leader with the cooler package. But like you said, I feel like meta cooler leader works much better because you just combo to defend. Exactly. It is what it is, and that's what makes that more effective. You know, you want to skim out, like when you know you can get an advantage without like doing the least amount of work for more value is what you want in this card game, and in any card game you play. That's why I said cards that are free, play them. You know, like me and a few other friends, you know, that used to play Naruto, just bringing out, there were a lot of free cards in that game. You best believe those free cards were played, so do the same in Dragon Ball Super. Anytime you see something free, like right now with this engine, you know, this Warp Zone engine, come on, like it's free, you know? Playing a cooler deck with these cards is busted. You can literally run a deck and just run cooler as your leader, and then don't run anything cooler related. Just run the leader as cooler, and you are lit. You are super lit. And you don't need to worry about the plus 5K. Just worry about getting some super powerful effects off. That's all you gotta worry about, you know? What do I think about PPG? Good question, Oscar. PPG, great, a lot of good players, some borderline great. I have to say the winners so far though, their skill level is good. They're not nothing special, you know, they're good players. I have respect for them, but they're just good. And I see how they play, and they do make misplays often. Yet they won, they still make misplays often. So good players, that's why I said, like right now PPG has a very strong showing, and that's because most of their players are good. You know, they're not necessarily the most top tier players, but they're good. While most other players, people that have teams, they have like one player that's very good, and then most of their teammates are below good. They're like average to below average. And that's the problem with teamwork. Like, there aren't that many strong showings of teams. When you have a team, you have to utilize, you got to get all your players good. You got to get all your players up there, and that's why a lot of people lack. You know, when you're good if you know you're a good player, get your other teammates on your level. You know, make sure that you share ideas with them. That's what's teamwork. You know, teamwork is about sharing and playtesting and learning the game inside and out. You know, that's how you get to learn about underrated leaders. That's how you get to learn about the tier leaders before people start winning with them. You know, now players are like, oh, we know what the tier leaders are because they're winning with them, but you could have known that had you had a good support group, had you had a good playtest group. So that's what I recommend. If you want to join teams, like eventually, you know, I'm gonna have people on my team. I'm gonna start like recruiting, doing my own recruiting. But it's gonna be based on skill. You know, you gotta show me that if I play you, I can't scoop you up free. If I'm able to scoop you up free, you can't be on my team. But I can play test with you until you get good enough, you know, and that I can do. You know, but we'll, you know, if you guys want, you know, if you want to find out more about that, message me, you know, contact me. I'm always free for the most part. You know, even at work, I can talk to you guys. So I'm gonna start doing these more often. I play Gohan and Metacooler. That's good, Travis Evans. That's very good. They're decent leaders. But which Gohan? I'm curious. You're talking about the set 1 Gohan or the set 2 Gohan? Which one? Super Critical Frieza, Boo Leader for show. I mean, we need it. I already spoke about that in the previous video that I did before we got cut off. Jonathan Soto, Yamcha would make the greatest leader ever. I mean, I wouldn't bypass it. I mean, Yamcha, he's really not good in the show, but shit, I'm pretty sure we can have an amazing leader that's Yamcha. Watch him say something crazy, like during your main step, you can search your deck for like a 10k or less, a card with 10k power or less, and add it to your hand by discarding a card or something, like something silly, and it's gonna just be broken because of how the game works. You know, it is what it is. But let's see. Travis Evans, I just want to see a fat Janemba leader. That would be mad cool. Fat Janemba leader. That would be pretty awesome. You know, there's a lot of good leaders. Actually, drop down what would you guys like to see? I don't know. You know, like right now in the comment section, drop the type of leaders you guys would want to see so we could discuss a little bit more about that. And if you have any effects that you would like design yourself, also drop it down so, you know, we can have an idea of what the community is thinking. Because, I mean, Bandai, at the end of the day, Bandai, you know, they're human, you know, they're just like us. So, you know, if we start showing the community, because they actually watch my channel, so if they see comments of people like wanting certain things, you do realize that they can definitely take a look and actually keep that under consideration. So always remember that, you know, the more activity they see from YouTube channels, the community on Facebook groups and stuff, the more that they can, you know, try to give us what we want to see. Moving forward. Let's see. Practice does make perfect. Yep, Team Defno, that is for sure. That's why we play test so much, especially before we upload any type of deck profile for the channel. 100% in tournaments, and 100 in playtesting, and 100 for content. Yeah, that's how it has to be, Team Defno, and you guys already know. You know, you guys gotta, in order to be very good at the game, you gotta playtest, you gotta put in the hours, you gotta put in the work, and you gotta find people that are very suitable for the game. Hi, how's it going?
I'm from next door, Debbie Light.
Wait one moment.
I borrowed your ladder before. Can I borrow it again?
Yeah, sure, definitely. It's
is it hanging around in the corner over there?
Wait one moment.
Yeah.
Let me see. We might have a ladder up here, and if not, then it's downstairs.
It's out there?
No, it might be downstairs. I mean, let me check. Oh, yeah. Yep. It's that block. This one's big. Okay, sure.
Just hold this door.
Yeah. Wow. There's a much smaller one. You need that size?
Actually, I gotta go up to the ceiling here.
Oh, okay.
Alright, let's see.
Alright, let me get you out of here.
Don't want to ding this beautiful morning. I mean, plastic.
Alright. interruption. But going back to what I was saying, thanks for waiting. Thanks for patiently waiting. We're gonna keep going along. So the last thing I was just talking about is, again, you know, so playtesting often, practicing, that's one thing you have to do, and I don't want to sound cliche and I don't have to keep repeating myself, but that's something that you need to do. And you need to find people that are going to be dedicated in this game. You know, that's the way to go. When you find players and people that are dedicated to something you enjoy doing, that's how you can excel in it. You know, you need people to be able to play test against, and that's what makes a phenomenal player. You know, anytime you have people that can do that, you'll excel very quickly. But moving forward, okay. All right. So, all Travis Evans, all the good players that are truly urban. Truly urban. We have some good players that are truly urban. There's some good ones, but I'm gonna be honest, Travis. Overall, the skill gap in truly urban, I would say it's like, if I had to rate 10 being like the top tier, I would probably say like we have a lot of 6 and 7s, you know, and those are the good ones. Then we have some ones that are below that, you know. Because like I said, I played against in Florida. When I played in Florida, bro, it was tough. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Everything is good. Okay, so like I was singing, guys. Like I said, practices make perfect. Yep, it does. All right, so Team Death Note. Oh, very bad connection. What is going on? Are you guys still able to see me? It's saying very bad connection. Let me know if you guys can still see me. I don't know what's going on, because it's like kind of saying like there's a bad connection or so. So just comment so I can see, you know that you guys are still able to view. Let's moving along. The best thing you can have are good competitive players at your card shop that are open about getting better. What is up? What is up? Right now, I guess the connection, I see you when I close my eyes. Oh God. All right, good. I just wanted to make sure you guys were able to see me, because it was weird. Like right now I got like a little connection error on here. So I was like, oh shit, everyone might have left. Oh no. But like I was saying, so I'm gonna continue answering the questions above. Exactly. So what Team Death Note just said recently, that is exactly what you need. You need dedicated players, and that's how you all can get better at the game. Oscar, you nominate yourself for, I mean, you're technically a part of the team, boy. You don't even have to nominate yourself. You just got to get better at the game. Set one Gohan aggro, because I like ending games quickly. Oh, that is good. Yeah, definitely, Travis. Star Strike Turbo, what is up? Better Gohan leader, LOL. Yeah, I mean, we have Gohan is not bad. We have some good Gohan leaders at this point. It's really not bad. The issue is that when it comes to a format, like right now, as players, we already developed a format, and Gohan doesn't fit so well in the format, except for the fact that he can blow up a board. You know, he's one of the few leaders, again, that can do something like that. So his awakened side is very powerful. It's just that his unawakened side is not that powerful, and that's the only issue that I have with that leader at this point in time. But moving forward, Krillin, hell God, Krillin Giovanni. Nathan Westgate, less Goku leaders, more of the other characters like Vegeta. I would like maybe a Krillin, one, or Nappa. I agree. I definitely agree. We should see more of those type of leaders that will get more players involved, and it will get more people wanting to play the game when they see a variety of characters. Kevin Simmons, bro, Piccolo leader, awakened side, place a card in your drop area to your life. He regenerates in the show and standard draw one when he swings. Any thoughts? Yeah, that shit is pretty good. I like that. I definitely like that. The only thing is that could be a little busted. You know, if you have a card that says you pitch a card from your hand, and in that case you put that card into your life area, that could be a little too strong. I would say you have to discard, maybe it's something from your hand, like discard 2 cards from your hand, and one of those cards, you move the top card from your deck into your life area. Something like that, like discard 2, move the top card of your deck to your life area, and of course that's on his awakened side, and then he has the standard when he attacks, draw a card. That seems a little bit more fair, because recovering life in this game, I mean, you only have 8 life, so adding more life to that would just make it problematic. And imagine you going from 4 life to like more life while being awakened. It's like having the results of training later in the game. That's a little too strong. I like for red to get more love, like a 4 or 5 drop that KOs a battle card and sends 1 energy to your opponent that has, send 1 of the energy to the drop area. That would be good, but that might be a little too overpowered. I don't want to see mid-tier drops like 4 and 5s being able to touch energy. Like that to me is a little too strong. We got to keep the game, relatively fair. You don't want a card that does too much that it's like, oh, I play my 4 or 5 drop effect, take 1 of your energy, put it into the drop area. Oh, sorry, that 1 blue you left open, so I don't, you left open so you could avoid me from pushing your shit in. Yeah, GG's. I hope you have Cold Bloodlust. Oh, sorry, you're not Mecha Frieza. GG? Like, nah, that's way too strong. Harambe leader, new gods of destruction leaders. Okay, Kenneth, that's hilarious. Female god of destruction is Bae. Hell yeah, we need some female god of destructions. Yeah, we need a little more females. Shit, we need more females playing the card game. Let alone some leaders that are more females. Moving forward, we have Super Critical Frieza. I need a Boo, Hercule, Pan, Roshi, Bulma, Chi-Chi all on 1 leader card. That's broken. You have literally a whole squad. Forget it. Just have a Ginyu Force leader card. Why not? We might as well have that as a leader. But moving forward, Piccolo should be able to give yourself a life card. Haha, that would be a neat skill. It really would. We just got to find out a balance way. Like I said, pitch 2 cards from your hand when you have, let's say, 3 or less life. Keep a restriction, 3 or less life. During your main step, you can discard 2 cards from your hand. In that case, place 1 card from the top of your deck to your life area, face down. That would be a good skill. Oscar Zapata, Bardock leader of GT, Super 17, Baby Shadow Dragons. That would be hot. That would be very hot. I would definitely want a Shenron leader. I think you guys may agree, right? We can get some Shenron action going on. Freaking, it's effect when we come out with Dragon Balls, because right now Bandai, we're gonna have Dragon Ball cards. I think if you watched like my little, it was like a spoiler alert on it's one of the videos that I had about like a couple of months ago, like my Gen Con experience. We had some spoiler alerts. We are gonna get Dragon Ball cards, guys, and if we get a Shenron leader that literally searches out for each ball, that would be pretty good. Not a bad way to have a leader. So Jeffy's World, what is up? Why are people saying objection is bad? Actually, I was the one who said objection is bad, and a few people, I guess, followed my lead on that. But moving forward to your question, I am new to the game and I thought it's good. All right, the card. All right, let's get one thing straight. The card's effect is good. The amount of devotion you need to place on that card is bad. When you utilize it with leaders like Frieza, like the Mecha Frieza leader that says you only literally pay 1 and you just play an energy and it helps awaken you. So you literally replace the card. So it's like you literally didn't go down in no card advantage. It's amazing. It's broken, snapped in half, OP, I don't know, whatever names you can think of. That shit is reckless. It's unfair in Frieza, Mecha Frieza. Every other leader, including Vegeta, Ginyu, all the leaders that plus out and self-awaken, it's okay. It's okay at best. The only good thing that the card gives you is that you literally have an additional energy to work with in the future turns. Not in that turn, you're not doing much that turn when you use it. You just have more leverage in future turns. But that's about it, I hate to be the bearer of bad news when it comes to that. So now I'm gonna just continue going with the rest of the questions. Again, right now, this is same bad connection. What is up with this? This is annoying. Super Critical Frieza, it's better now. Zoo hairs again, you've seen me, whatever. Okay, all right. Guys, yeah, please let me know. This is like happening again. I don't know why. Something is up with my building. Could be something up with the Wi-Fi. Boo Leader starts as Evil Boo, then awakens to Kid Boo, has the effect as Kid Boo. After like 12 energy, you win the game. That would be cool, but you would put Beerus to being ashamed. That would not be good you know? All right, thank you, Giovanni, thank you. Just like here, maybe it's like the connection over here, but as long as you guys can see me, it's all good. I'm just gonna keep going on and answering the questions. All right. Yeah, like I said, a Boo Leader like that would be way too strong. You can't just win the game if you have 12 or more energy. It would have to be like no more than what Beerus says. You know, you need at least that 15, 16 energy margin. Do I play on Octagon? No, I don't. King Goomba, I will let you know one thing about Octagon, and it's already a proven fact. You can, I guess, Google it and see a lot of people's opinions, but there's a few factual, I guess, evidence. The game is stacked. When you play on Octagon, when you have your random shuffling, the servers, weirdly, unless they corrected that, the servers will give you weird hands where you're either drawing extremely overpowered or you're drawing very weak, meaning you're drawing a bunch of stacked cards that are not good for you during that present moment. That's very bad. Like, that's horrible. I would never want to draw a stacked hand, unless it's stacked in my favor, you know, and then I feel like I'm cheating. So I don't play on Octagon because of that, because it's not as random as you may think. And, you know, again, I like playing in person. That's another thing, because I can talk with the individual. I can show my facial expressions. I can, like, there's some emotions that go on when you play in person with someone. You can laugh. You can, you know, you could be upset at the person and just want to scoop their shit and even more. Like, you know, that's the one cool thing about the community. And when it comes down to playing cards at tournaments and in locals are very essential, because you get to kind of have a connection with your opponent. And, you know, no gay shit, but, you know, it's a connection nonetheless. Kevin Simmons, I can see ya, fam. Thank you. Beerus wins at 16, so Boo can't at 12. Exactly. That would be cheating. Let's say Piccolo can't go past 8 life, but you may maintain 8 life. Nah, but at a cost of some, nah, boy, that's OD. That's still OD, maintaining 8 life. That's snapped in half. You have games that will go on forever because everybody's gonna be playing Piccolo-san. Travis Evans, Vegito is busted, and he's a 4-drop with Q really easy summon requirement. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Vegito is pretty busted. Hey Ant, it's me, Jonathan. We draft together Friday. You were in my pod. What is up, Jonathan Snow? I do remember you, of course, boy. I do know who you are. It was fun drafting. You know, again, ask any questions. Ask away, boy. Gather the 7 Dragon Balls, you win. Ooh, boy, it's Exodia. Honestly, Kevin, we need Exodia. We need an Exodia in this game. We need people who like stalling the game out. We need Exodia. So Dragon Balls could be very good, especially if we have some cards that search out. Like we might have a Goku that searches out for the 3-star ball, or maybe like a Grandpa Gohan card that searches out for a Dragon Ball or some sort. We need other flexibilities we need flexibility in winning the game. Other than decking out and winning and beating your opponent through life, there has to be a few other win conditions. That's what gives the game more versatility, and it helps people be able to like come out with new crazy ideas to win the game, you know? We need stuff like that. So let's keep going. Haha, I was thinking the same thing, Kevin. Exactly. Nah, Kevin was spot on. Super critical. Frieza. I don't like win conditions, to be honest. That's my thing. Kevin, I mean, you know, I like some win conditions. I like other win conditions, put it like that. That's why I like. And no, it's good. Thank you for letting me know, Giovanni. Have you tried out the Buhan deck with Mecha Frieza Leader? No, I actually haven't, Eddie. I didn't, only because I didn't originate the deck. I'm actually kind of against, and this is like my quirk, I'm against playing other people's decks that they originated. Like the Cell Engine, it was common sense. Like whoever said they invented that deck is bullshit. The deck invented itself. You know, my tricolor cell, I invented that shit. You know, I put that shit from literally from the ground all the way up, card for card. Those were my choices. you know, with the cell engine and even Androids, the cell, you know, the cell, no one can say they invented the cell chain. The shit invented itself. Literally the deck plays itself out. You don't even have to play the deck. Have you ever literally tried putting down your deck and the cards are just like revealing itself and shit and shuffling and whatnot? You pop in their board and drop in their hand for free. That's really all it is. You don't even have to be present for that shit. Just go to use the bathroom, go grab some food, and watch your opponent's hand drop when you come back. Like, shit is just, it runs itself. Let's keep it going. I will have to play Frieza now. Yes, Jeffy's World. Frieza is very good. I definitely would advise that. Still, objection is a neg 1. In every other scenario, it's a neg 2. Exactly, Travis. And that's why I don't like that shit. I don't like objection because I don't like negging, especially when this game promotes card advantage. Card advantage wins in this game, you know? But freaking Mecha Frieza says, fuck card advantage. I'm gonna break even, gain energy, I'm broken. And you know, and that's why Mecha Frieza objection is too strong in Mecha Frieza. Shit, I think they're gonna have to come out with a limited list and say certain cards gotta be limited for leaders. Limit that shit for Mecha Frieza. It's unfair. If your opponent ever opens up with like 3 to 4 objections in their opening turn with Frieza, that game should be over. Like, they're bad if they lose. No offense. I'm just saying, you could say that I said they're bad. Call them bad for me. If you play and you beat a player that opened up like that, unless you're playing the same leader and you open up the same way. If your opponent is ever 3 to 4 energy ahead of you and they can't beat you, they're bad. Like, the game is a joke. Let's keep it going. Set 2 will be released here in the UK in 3 weeks. Are there any cards to look out for? Yes, there are a lot of cards to look out for, Jeffy. All right, so 1, you want to look out for a lot of the uncommons and rares. Ghost Tanks, the red drop is broken. He snapped in half. He's one of the best cards in the game. So if you're playing red, he's great. You want to watch out for Kale. You want to watch out for Jiren. These are super rares. They are extremely powerful, and you want to watch out for Golden Frieza. Golden Frieza is freaking insane. He's a nut job. If you play him with starter Goku, the nigga has so much value. You literally play him, you bounce your opponent's cards, then you bounce him right back to your hand. You play him again, you bounce your opponent's cards, and you play it right back. Like, it's ridiculous. You can literally field wipe with the guy by just continually putting him back to your hand. So strong. So strong, guys. And that's something that you have to look forward to. So definitely look out for those type of cards. Other supers you want to look out for is the cell chain pieces, which is all the cell absorption cards, basically, like the cards that say if you have 17, put it under your, under the battle card, and you just basically keep evolving. That's what you need to look out for set 2. That's a definite. I'm gonna keep moving forward with Z questions. I am making a cell deck. Can you help? Yes, Giovanni. PM me personally, because right now I don't want to devote too much time to any question. I want to kind of like go through. We can keep having conversations, but I don't want to have a long summary on something, because then I won't be able to answer questions, adequately. But yes, you can message me on YouTube or even Facebook. Okay, I mean the Vegito card. Hi, how's it going? That's good. All right, guys, yeah. So moving forward, Vegito saved the day. Yes, Vegito's amazing, bro. Kevin, yeah, that's what I play, bro. I play Cell Save the Day deck. That's my deck. That's my baby right there. But moving forward, I'm interested in your Champa list. I'll DM you in FB if that's okay. Yeah, you can direct message me, Kenneth, for sure. What is up? What is going on? What do you think about the new expansion set? The expansion set, it is very good overall. I feel like all right, put it this way. The format is literally warped, and no pun intended. Right now, having cards that say I can literally hit cards from my discard pile, remove them to another different zone, and then play cards for free based on how much cards I have in the discard pile. So essentially, you're telling me my discard pile is energy. That's snapped in half. You get super value out of other leaders and just playing the game normally. Just playing the game at a normal pace, you get already some perks. So imagine when you have a deck that's really fast and that's more dedicated to really spending cards into your discard pile. It's ridiculous. It's great in a Vegito Save the Day deck. It's great in Cell. It's great in Trunks. It's great in a lot of cards. Like, it's ridiculous. Now, imagine, Cell, I put cards underneath my leader, pop one of your cards to the discard pile. Oh, use my discard pile as a means to special summon cards. Literally, this is like Yugi. This Warp Zone mechanic is like Yugi. Overrealm, like, it's ridiculous. You know, and that's probably going to be one of the factors that kind of makes the you know, stuff a little too overpowered, you know? So moving forward, exactly, snapped in half. I could say that shit again. Giovanni and Genyu, the promo. Yeah, the promo's something. The promo's very strong. That's something to look out for in set 2. But that's really geared to a specific deck. Same thing with the Cell Chain. You know, it's geared to a specific decks. So, you know, it's kind of hard. You know, it's hard to gear. It's hard to let you know what to look out for when there are certain good cards that are just for specific decks. No problem, Jeffy's World. Anytime, man. You know, thank you for asking the question. Jonathan Snow, what do you think about the Vegeta that comes out for free when you have 7 energy? He's very good. You're talking about the one-hit destruction, the one that's pointing in the air. He's very good. The problem with him is that you need 7 energy. So even though he's free, he's not free. You get what I'm saying? His cost is that you better have 7 energy, boy. And if you don't, he's a dead card. And that's the problem. He's very strong. He literally comes into free by overlaying your Vegeta. But he was more of a set 1 format card. Set 2, he's not so hot. Because right now the format is so fast. Frieza decks, the reason why they're fast and they're strong, Mecha Frieza in particular, is because you have Objection that's free in that deck. Other decks, they don't need much energy. Vegeta says fuck energy. Excuse my French again. But yeah, it's like, you don't need energy. Like, you need like 2, 3, 4 energy and you're already good to go. Cell Chain decks, I see players stopping after 3 energy, believe it or not. They play that little location card that says I limit my cell's entrance cost, my cell's energy cost by 2. And they rock out from there. They're chilling. Moving forward, you meet SRs and you leave Miraculous Gohan. How dare you leave out my boy? Yeah, Kevin, I left him out. He's broken. That's another card to look out for, Miraculous Gohan. But I'm going to be honest, Miraculous Gohan is not as hyped. Believe it or not, he's really not the best card to be like looking out for. He's good, but he ain't OD good. To have low cards in your hand is never a good thing, guys. Just because he becomes a 2-drop, it's never a good thing. I don't play the game to have a low amount of cards in hand. I never say, oh, I want to have a low amount of cards in hand so I can play my Gohan. Like, nah, I'll pass. But I have used them in the past. I actually used them originally in my first build, my first draft build of my Cell deck. And he did some work because I would purposely like be able to blow up the board 1 by 1 by 1, and I would have a low amount of hand and I could just drop them, you know, and have a big threat on the board. But by design, the Cell leader works well with Miraculous Gohan. But overall, you know, it's not something you want to do. You know, just my opinion on it. Let's keep it going. Igor or Igori, I think that's how I pronounce it. After the release of the expansion set, Vegito here to save the day will not be played anymore because it's too hard to play him. Any black card removes all your drop. Any thoughts? Okay, so right now there aren't cards that remove cards from your opponent's discard pile, so I disagree with Vegito Save the Day being hard to play. In fact, he's still going to be very good. He just won't be able to be played in conjunction with the new mechanic. That's the only thing. So the new warp mechanic, yeah, he's not going to be good. You're not going to be wanting to play cards like that. You don't want to remove your Goten, your Trunks, your Gohans. Yeah, you're not going to want to remove that, and you don't want to commit to too many other cards being in your discard pile. Like, when cards on your discard pile, cool, but it's not like you want to go out of your way to have them discarded, if that makes any sense. Moving forward, Cell does not save the day. He's a villain. Kevin, I beg to differ. My deck is a Cell saves the day deck. He's a hero. He works with all the good guys and he wrecks faces. You know, so if I win VA, you get to see a nice, professionally well-built Cell Save the Day deck, aka built by the DBS god himself, right? Nathan Westgate. Nah, Kevin, he is perfect. He can do anything. Oh yeah, he can do anything. Exactly. Exactly. The only thing I am sad about from the UK is that we don't have the draft box. You can be patient, you know. Just wait it out, Jeffy's World. Just wait it out. You're gonna have a lot of stuff. It's worth the wait. So, you know, eventually you guys will get draft boxes. And if worst case scenario, you know, you can order them. I mean, you might end up spending a little more money than what you want, but you can definitely order them. That's an option, put it that way. Can I describe how the deck works? Okay, well, Kenneth, the way the deck works is I run Mighty Mask in my Cell Save the Day deck. I can pick up my Trunks 10k boost, the one that's for free, if I have 4 less life and I draw a card. I run the red Goten that says when I pitch him and another card from my hand, I can search my deck for Gotenks. I run basically all the cards that run well in Gotenks and I put them in my Cell deck. That's what I do. And then I run a lot of other cards that promote their value. It kind of helps increase their value in gameplay. So my deck is very well built. It's just it's a very tough deck to beat. You know, it's one of my babies, and you know, I'm glad that not many people play my deck. Now I do have to say, my deck is not easy to play. It's actually one of the hardest decks to play in the format, and that's why I know a lot of people don't want to play my deck, because I've had players come up to me and say, hey, I tried out your deck, it didn't work out too well. And when I tell them it didn't work out well, I was like, why? They were like, for some reason I couldn't get it to work. I don't know how you topple or you win, you know, with it. So it's not an easy deck to use, and that's why most decks, people gravitate to easier decks to play. Like Vegeta, easy. What's so hard about saying, hey, during my main step, I pick up a life from my life area into my hand? Easy. What's hard about saying Mecha Frieza? I play this card for 1 less, and I play it for free and I take a life to my hand. Easy. You got what I'm saying? Like, no offense, those decks are well built, and a lot of the players are good players that win with those, but they are very easy. I won't say brainless, but it doesn't take much skill to pilot it. To be very good at the game, it takes skill, but to pilot the deck necessarily doesn't take that much skill. And that's why they're heavily played. Moving forward, let's see. What's the deal with the love triangle between Cell, Frieza, and Vegeta? How is so the meta? Well, the problem is right now, this little love triangle, Cell beats Vegeta because Vegeta wants to generate hand advantage. Like, based on how the leaders want to play out, Vegeta is the deck that wants to be greedy. He wants to, every turn, activate effect into hand, attack, play cards that draw. So you're just amassing a huge hand. And Cell says, oh boy, you amassing a huge hand? Aw, man, thank you. Play Cell, put 17 under Cell, search my deck for my 5-drop Cell, play 5-drop Cell, pop your guy, put Andre 18 underneath this Cell, search my deck for, you know, my 7-drop Cell, drop your hand up to 3. Oh wait, that's so sad. You just awakened and you drew mad cards. Cards in hand, you had like 10 plus cards. I feel so bad for you. You got it down to 3. Oh, by the way, handle this 30k. I'm about to push your shit in with this 30k. I hope you can guard it. Oh, you can't guard it. You go down to 2 life, buddy. Next turn, I'm gaming you, because next turn I'm gonna do the same thing and win the game. So that's how it works. Hey, you know. So that's basically it. You know, that's for the most part of how that matchup works. And Mecha Frieza, he's much better, you know. Mecha Frieza beats the Cell Chain because Mecha Frieza says, hey, you were trying to push my shit in? Nah. Oh, you're trying to drop my hand? Cell into 17 into 5-drop Cell? Hold it on. Whoa, boy, hold it there, boy. Bloodlust, negate. You can stay like that. On my turn, I'll play a removal card. Get that shit out of my face. Oh, I'm sorry, you wasted the only 17 you had in your hand. You can't try to hit the Cell Chain on me again? Aw, that's so sad. Looks like you wasted cards for nothing. And that's how that matchup plays out. But then Vegeta comes back around in that love triangle, and Vegeta's like, bring that ass here, boy. You can't stop me from drawing cards. I'm gonna go broken on you. I'm just gonna keep drawing cards. Oh, Frieza, cool. Oh, you awakened, boy? I'm gonna put some pressure on you. I'm playing red blue Vegeta. You know what? I'm gonna awaken on turn 3 or maybe on turn 2 by just dropping 1 to 2 Kabas and really pushing your shit in while you're awakened. Oh, you started off really good? Now start dropping cards out of your hand like it's hot. Shit, oh shit, this shit is so hot. That's basically what's happened. Frieza just gets overwhelmed quickly, and it is what it is at that point. That's why it's a love triangle. You know, they pretty much counter one another. But don't get me wrong, a better player can surpass that disadvantage. It's just it's more difficult, you know. It's not easy to get over that disadvantage, and I'm just being honest with you. So most players kind of lose out just by matchups. And if you're playing another skilled player, let's say you're skilled and you're playing against another skilled player, yeah, there's a good chance you're gonna lose because they're playing the matchup that's good against you, and they're also skilled at the game. Moving forward, let's see. Sell Vegito, that can you describe? Already did. What's the deal with the love? Already. Gohan says fuck energy 2. He comes out for 2. Yes, he does, but you need to have a low hand. That's the problem with it, Kevin. He does say fuck energy 2, but it's not worth having a low hand size unless your deck is designed like that. Like the decks that can really abuse them is like you could use Miraculous Gohan in a Gotenks deck. You know why? Because Gotenks runs on a low hand because you're spamming a lot of cards on the board. You're going to be running the red extra card that says it only works with the Gotenks leader, or if you have a Gotenks battle card on the board. So, you know, you could play like that. And right now I'm freaking toasting myself, son. This shit is so hot. But yeah, moving forward. The legendary Mighty Mouse engine. Yes, the Mighty Mouse engine, Kevin. My friend made a joke saying that when Garlic Jr. becomes a thing, he will quit as he hates him. That's hilarious. Yeah, Garlic Jr., he's annoying, but he was pretty cool. I've been running mono red, Jonathan Subto, Champa since the release of the game. Then Eric, the Hill Twins, helped me out with the building a red-blue Champa, taking advantage of Bewitching God Vados with a ton of aliens. Yeah, Jonathan Soto, the Eric of the Hill Twins, he probably just told you the deck that I was running. They learned the deck through me. A lot of my teammates and, you know, we learned from each other, but like decks like that, you know, I was the original creator of those type of decks. So I'm glad they helped you because they already knew how I played it, so they were able to help you with that formatting. With the current meta, should I switch my build to a more God-focused build to be more competitive? Yes, you should. That would be the better Champa deck, to be honest. Just keeping it 100 with you, that would be the better way to run the deck. But guys, it's been a pleasure. I don't see any more questions, so I think that's about it for now. I actually have to start taking a moment. I gotta get some lunch. I'm starving. So, you know, no, you're welcome. Definitely welcome. If any of you guys need to, you know, reach me, message me through YouTube. I will answer. Message me through Facebook for sure. I will be there. As again, like I said before, I will start having a schedule. So in my upcoming videos, I will let you guys know my schedule so you guys can keep up to date when I'm gonna have a meta talk. I will have meta talks on this channel at certain days. I will have deck profiles every week. Once a week, I will have a deck profile, and I will have anime talk discussions. So I will also be discussing the anime. You're welcome. You're definitely welcome. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Giovanni, definitely send me a picture of your deck. If any of you guys want to send pictures of decks, you want to talk about a little bit stuff, you know, you want to talk privately about a few more deck ideas, I'm open for that. You know, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, no, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Jeffy's World. It's a pleasure. Thank you all. You know, I'm going to start tuning out. So again, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks again.